Hey racers, John Racer 3 here, and before I get into the November Distance Championship matchups, there have been some track changes on the Distance Championship to improve the speed of the cars that I'm going to go over, and you know what that means. That means the top 10 cars that are currently in the Distance Championship are going to rerun, see how far they can go, and mix up the top 10 order. I'll get to the cars in a moment, but there are some huge changes to the distance track. The first change with the distance track actually has to do with the ARC. If you guys have seen my recent videos, you'll know that Dude Wipes just hopped on board as a sponsor. So there will be a slow-mo cam of the ARC on all of the Distance Championship videos coming in the future, so that's pretty cool. The first change with the distance track actually has to do with the ARC. It's been improved, but it's also been sponsored. Dude Wipes has hopped on as a sponsor for the Distance Championship, which means there is going to be a slow-mo cam on all of the Distance Championship battles coming soon, which is pretty cool. But the ARC has also been improved for stability. So we have a clamp at the very bottom of the ARC, stability right before corner entry, and then the ARC has actually been raised as well. This is really good for these fast cars, because cars that would usually only hit 230 scale speed are now hitting speeds up to 240, 245, which means the cars are going a lot faster through the speed trap. And this is important because probably the biggest change to the distance track is turn 2. Turn 2 has changed to a more banked corner. Thank you JLH Crafts for supplying me with this corner. It is super cool. The double lane, but the distance track is going to be going on the inside lane of this turn. As you can see, it is way more banked than the last one, so cars can take it a lot faster, and it's even better for cars with lower splitters. They can get around it much easier. That's basically it. Changes aside, the cars are still going to be continuing down onto turn 3 in their own line to see if they can get a good enough run out of turn 3 to extend their distance in the Distance Championship, and we've got a ton of fast cars to do it. We've got our top 10 cars that I'm going to rerun super quick, re-rank them on the track, and see where they stand going into the November content. The top 3 as it stands, it's the Datsun 510 Wagon, the Ferrari 458 Italia, and the Koenigsegg Camaro in the top 3. Then you got the the Ford F-150 Lightning, the Volkswagen ID Buzz, you got Mario, you got the Lancia, you got yellow Yoshi, and you got the yellow Miata in 9th. And then in 10th, we've got the yellow Ferrari 458. Let's see how well it does. That 458 fast around turn 2. Can it extend its distance around turn 3? And he's going to end off at the very end. 216 scale speed for the 10th seed car. Let's see how the other ones do. Next up, we got the yellow Mazda Miata. The Miata fast around the ARC. Quick around turn 2. Look at that run. He's going to slide inside of turn 3 and pass the Ferrari. Currently sitting 8th in the fastest cars, we got yellow Yoshi. Yellow Yoshi is one of the fastest cars that we've seen on this track around turn 3. A good run is going to get him in front of the yellow Miata. Sitting 7th, we have the Lancia Delta. This Lancia Delta came out of nowhere in its run. Let's see what it can do speed-wise around turn 3. A pretty good run. He's going to turn right in front of yellow Yoshi. 228 scale speed from the Lancia. These cars are really fast. 6th fastest, we got Mario. See what Mario can do here on the distance track. Fast around turn 2, into turn 3, around the corner well. Let's see what he can do. Extending his lead, he's going to barely finish in front of the Lancia. If you didn't believe me that speeds were picking up, that was an 11,000 miles per hour run from Mario. Now we have the top 5, with 5th being the Volkswagen ID Buzz. This Volkswagen bus is fast. Let's see what he can do into turn 3. Not carrying as much speed as I thought, but he's still going to take the lead in front of Mario. I mean, just look how close these matchups are. No improvements have been made from any of these cars, which is absolutely shocking. None of them have passed each other, but 228 scale speed for the Volkswagen. And next up, we got the Ford F-150 Lightning. This thing shocked everyone in the Distance Championship for its run. Let's see what speed it can bring out on its rerun though. Round turn 3, and it's slow. 219 scale speed from the Ford F-150. He's going to drop from 4th to 9th overall. That is not looking good. Next up, we got the Koenigsegg Camaro. This car might be heavily affected by the new turn with its length, but let's see what it can do around the corner. The Koenigsegg falls to the back of the field. 225 scale speed. The Koenigsegg was in 3rd, but now it is in 8th. or will be in 8th, most likely. Unbelievable. The Koenigsegg lost all of its speed and is now in jeopardy of being eliminated from the cars racing up next. Our current second place seed, the Ferrari 458 Italia. Let's see what happens. This Ferrari should be quick around the new distance track, around turn 3. Let's see what it can do distance-wise. And the Ferrari is going to take the lead easily, ending off right in front of the 49-foot mark. 222 scale speed for the Ferrari. And now the all-time fastest car and our leader, the Datsun Wagon. Just this wagon just feels fast. You can just see it on the track as it gets around turn 3. What a run. It's going to pass the Ferrari and end right here on the distance track. Over 50 feet run for the Datsun. He's going to hold his lead after the reruns. Let's take a look and see how the cars did as we go into the November matchups. We have the Datsun currently holding first, the Ferrari currently holding second. We have the Volkswagen moving up to third, Mario's up to fourth, Lancia's in 5th, Yellow Yoshi 6th, the Mazda is in 7th, the Koenigsegg moves down to 8th, the Ford moves down to 9th, and the Ferrari, again, the other Italia, holds 10th as we continue. And man, these cars are fast. Comment down below what cars you want to see take on the distance track in this next month of racing. It's going to get really close, and I cannot wait to show you guys the matchups. And a message to all of you guys who are still watching to the ends of these videos. I get a lot of comments about people saying they don't really like the black track at the end of the distance because it messes up how far the cars go. And my response to that, I've been responding to comments, but I wanted to just say something in the videos as well, is I really like how the cars have the ability to improve or not improve on their distances on the Fat Track Oval, which adds a lot more just variety in terms of racing. This is more of a Hot Wheels racing page than it is a Hot Wheels testing page to see which ones go the fastest, and I just want to get some good racing, so the black track is here to stay. Sorry for all the haters who do not like the black track, but maybe I will improve the track down the line into a track that you guys would like a lot more. So that's all I have. Let's get into the November races. Next up on the track, we got a BMW M2. See what this thing can do on the track. It seems quick. Down the straightaway, around turn 3. Look at the speed on this thing. It is going to slow down right behind the Mazda. 219 scale speed. This BMW is blazing fast. Can the other BMWs beat it? Next up, we got a BMW M3. This M3 seems really fast. Look at it go around that turn. Can it compete with the M2? Around turn 3, look at that run from the M3. Insane run from the BMW, 228 scale speed. Despite the M2 making it into the top 10 for the distance championship, it is going to be outrun by the M3 in the same tournament. The M3 currently the third fastest car we've seen. Got one more BMW to go. Can the M4 make anything happen? The M4 is slow around the arc, slow around turn 2, is not even going to make it onto the fat track. 182, the BMW M4 was in a league of its own. Unfortunately, it was leagues lower than the M3 and the M2. The M3 is going to take the win today for the BMW battle and hold third in the Hot Wheels Distance Championship. Unfortunate for the M2 and unfortunate for the Ferrari 458 in yellow. Both of these cars are eliminated from the championship. Next up on the track, we got a BMW M3 Wagon. My YouTube viewers know this thing is one of the fastest cars we've seen on this track ever. Look at that run. It's still going. Look at this run. The BMW M3 Wagon is going to hit 55 feet on the Hot Wheels Distance Championship track. Just when you thought you've seen it all, the Datsun Wagon gets beat by another wagon. The BMW M3 is going to take the lead of the battle, and I mean 232 scale speed. This is going to be an ultimate time to beat. Well, let's try the other cars, I guess. Lamborghini Sterrato. See what this Rally Huracan can do around the track, around turn 2, around turn 3. A very fast casting, but I mean, like, its competition is the M3 Wagon. The Lamborghini finishes behind the Lancia, but it's not going to matter. 219 scale speed, but I mean, like, it's just not going to matter because we've got this thing in the race. And finally, we got Hot Wheels 4-track. All three of these cars were the fastest cars from the Hot Wheels 2024 N case, and it shows Hot Wheels 4-track, unfortunately not with the speed, but the Lamborghini was really fast, and so was that BMW. Sitting at almost exactly 55 feet, the BMW M3 is the fastest car we've seen on the distance track ever. Literally ever. The BMW M3 is your victor and your current leader today. Oh yeah, and the BMW also eliminated the Ford F-150 Lightning from the distance championship ranks. That is just sad. Next up is the Porsche Carrera. See what this Carrera can do. Slow around the arc, slow around turn 2. Let's see how far it can extend. It's going to end off right in front of the Lego grandstands. Doesn't quite make it to the fat track, but will it have enough speed to beat the other Porsches in this battle? Also, 169 scale speed. Next up, we got the Porsche Panamera Turbo S. Can the Panamera pass the other Porsche? It can! The white Porsche is going to make it all the way down past the 41-foot mark. 208 scale speed, the Panamera is taking the lead. Last but not least, we have the faster than ever Porsche Carrera GT. See what this legendary Porsche supercar can do around turn 2. He's going to blow past the competition, and take a look at that run. He's going to run right into the wall, but that's going to be enough to take the win in this Porsche battle. 235 scale speed. This thing was absolutely hauling on the track. He finishes just barely in front of Mario on the distance track, and he's going to take the win today. And probably the saddest turn of events, that eliminates the Koenigsegg Gamera from distance championship contention. That is unbelievable. The car that was seeded 3rd at the beginning of this month is now out of competition. Next up on the distance championship, we got Lightning McQueen. Lightning is gonna fall off of the arc and onto the dude wipes. Man, how the mighty have fallen. I think he can make it. Let's try McQueen one more time. Oh, and he's off again. I really wanted Lightning McQueen to show up all of these other Hot Wheels diecasts, but I don't think that's going to be happening today. Let's try some other car movie diecasts with Bubba Wheelhouse up next. Oh, look at that. He's off the track. He's not even going up the arc. I mean, like, what? I know that these car movie diecasts are bigger than the Hot Wheels track and they don't actually fit, but I really like the look of these guys racing, so let's try again. And look at that, he's not even gonna stay on the track. That's just sad. But hey, at least Lightning McQueen made it farther, right? I mean, in the terms of the battle, Lightning McQueen's actually winning. I've got one more car movie diecast to try, and it's the number 3, of course. Oh, he's not gonna make it. He's gonna make it farther than Bubba Wheelhouse, but not much farther. Man, I wanna race these car movie diecasts on my tracks so bad, but they just don't fit in the normal Hot Wheels track, which is very unfortunate. But if we're going with the rules from the distance championship, I think we give the win to Lightning McQueen. He is an official distance championship winner. Big wipeouts from all of these cars on the Dude Wipes arc, but we'll give it to McQueen. McQueen is your victor today. Next up, we got a Subaru WRX STI. See what this WRX can do. This thing looks actually pretty quick around the distance track. Gets on around turn 3 pretty well, and look at that. In championship contention, just barely passing the Mazda. 222 scale speed is really fast. That's going to be a good time for the other hatchbacks to beat. Next up, we got the Mercedes-Benz A-Class. This is one of my favorite hatchbacks from Hot Wheels. Let's see what it's able to do. Slow around turn 2. The Mercedes is not going to have the speed. 188 scale speed from the Mercedes is not going to be enough. And last but not least, this wouldn't be a distance championship hatchback battle without the Ford Focus RS. Look at that, unfortunate for the Ford. He's gonna fall off of the Dude Wipes arc, not even gonna make it around the track. With no scale speed set, I think that's gonna do it for this battle. It's gonna be the Subaru STI taking the win and actually entering the top 10 of the distance championship, beating out that Mazda Miata, a fan favorite. Comment down below what other hatchbacks you wanna see take on this track. The Ford Focus RS couldn't do it, but maybe another one could. Comment down below. Next up on the track, we got a Toyota Supra. See what this Supra can do. He makes it around the arc. Quick around turn 2. Let's see how well he holds his speed. And he's going to finish off just in front of the fat track. That's 184 scale speed for the Supra. Let's see if the other Toyotas have what it takes to beat it. Next up, we got a Toyota GR86. I love the look of this thing. This is Tony Breidinger's Toyota GR86. Let's see what speed it has. It has the speed to pass the Supra, and he's going to end off right around the 41-foot mark. Or I guess I should say she, 205 scale speed. We're going to place her right around the 41-foot mark. We got one more Toyota to go. And finally, we got a Toyota Tacoma. The Tacoma looks fast, actually. Look at that speed around turn 2. Will he have the speed to pass Tony Breidinger? It looks like it. At the line, it's going to be the Toyota Tundra taking the win. 1,198 scale speed is unfortunately not accurate, but it is going to be enough speed to beat out Tony Breidinger in that GR86, and it's going to be the Tundra, the race truck, taking the win out of all of these Toyota race cars. I was not expecting that. What other race teams do you want to see me race on this distance track? Comment down below. Next up, we got a Nissan GTR R35. Look at this Nissan go. It's fast around turn 2, holding its speed well, and it's going to end off right in the middle of turn 3. 208 scale speed. That's a fast Nissan. Let's see if any other Nissan has the speed to beat it. Next up, we have a Nissan Skyline R32. An older generation of Nissan. Let's see what this thing can do. Can it pass the R35? It doesn't look like it. It's going to be 208 scale speed for the R32. Not enough speed to beat the R35, but hey, it made a very good impression. Finally, we have a Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR. This thing is a very fast casting. I'm very excited to see how far this thing goes. Look at the speed this thing's carrying. Around turn 3, it's going to be fast. It's going to hold its speed straight, and it's going to end off on the back stretch. An insane run from the Nissan. 222 scale speed is a really good time. The Nissan 2000 GTR is going to take the win in this Nissan GTR battle, and he's going to rank himself 5th in the all-time rankings of the distance championship with that 222 scale miles per hour run. Insane. And unfortunately, that is going to eliminate the Subaru WRX STI. It just made the top 10, and now it's out of the top 10. Next up from Mario Kart, we got Princess Daisy. Let's see how fast that Wild Wing car actually is. Princess Daisy going down the back stretch in front of turn 3 is going to end off around the 42-foot mark. 213 scale speed is nothing to be ashamed of. That's pretty good for a Mario Kart car. Let's see what the other princesses can do. Next up, we got Baby Peach. That pipe cart is heavy. Let's see if it carries its speed well on the straightaway. It doesn't look like it. Baby Peach going to end off around 39 feet. 191 scale speed. That is not the speed to compete with Princess Daisy, but we got one more princess to go. Finally, we've got Cat Peach. In the standard cart, let's see what Peach can do here. Around turn 2, doesn't have the speed to beat Daisy. Going down the straightaway, doesn't look like he's going to stop on the inside there, around 41 feet, just behind Daisy. We got 1,210 scale speed for the princess, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be Daisy taking the Mario Kart princess win in front of Peach and Baby Peach. What a battle. Next up, we got a Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. See what this Sesto can do around turn 2, staying on the track well. It's going to go down the fat track and end off right around the 41-foot mark. 216 scale speed is pretty good, but in this Ferrari versus Lamborghini battle, anything can happen. Next up on the track, we got a Ferrari 288 GTO. I have not raced this thing on the track so far, but I should have. Look at how fast this thing is. Look at this run. Look at the run on the backstretch. This Ferrari is crazy. 232 scale speed, and I mean what a run from this Ferrari. That is the second fastest car we've ever seen. Can this Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera pull out anything special to beat the Ferrari? Look at that. It doesn't look like it. This Lamborghini Superleggera is fast, faster than the Sesto, but not fast enough. We have one more car to take on the track, and that's the Ferrari California. Ferrari has already dominated this battle between the Lamborghinis. It's going to be the Ferrari California, though, rounding around turn 3 and beating both of the Lamborghinis. 213 scale speed is fast, but not fast enough. The Ferrari California is going to pull a P2, the Leggera is going to pull a P3, and the Sesto Elemento is going to pull a P4. P1 is going to be on the opposite side of the track in the Ferrari 288 GTO. What a run. And on top of that, that run from the Ferrari is eliminating Yellow Yoshi from playoff contention. That's like the 5th car from the top 10 that's been replaced this month. That's crazy. Next up, we got Paul Walker's Nissan Skyline. This car looks pretty quick. Look at that, fast around turn 2. It's gonna make it to turn 3 and he's gonna pull a little drift at the very end. I mean, like, that's so Paul Walker. 216 scale speed for the Skyline. That's a pretty good run. Let's see what the other cars can do. This wouldn't be a Fast and Furious video without a Toyota Supra. See what this Supra can do. It's got a lot of speed. Can it beat the Nissan? Around turn 3, it looks like it. The Toyota Supra is going to turn right and end right behind the Lancia. 222 scale speed for the Supra. Not bad at all. And it looks like Brian O'Connor is going to beat Brian O'Connor with one car to go. Finally, we got a Dodge Charger. Dominic Toretto. Let's see what he can do around the track. And it's not gonna be enough to catch the 2 JDM cars that went before. 1,205 scale speed, inaccurate, but still faster than both of the other cars. Dom is not gonna be able to catch Brian in the Nissan or the Supra, and it's gonna be the Toyota Supra winning the Fast and Furious battle today, just barely finishing outside the top 10 of the Distance Championship. That is pretty good. For all the YouTube viewers out there, let's go ahead and assess the top 10 after these November matchups, because there has been some crazy movement in the top 10, starting with our number 1 car, the BMW M3 Wagon with a 55-foot run. That is the best run we've ever seen ever. That is much faster than the run it actually went on in the end case race as well. So that is a car that's probably going to be contending / winning the championship. That's crazy. We got a Ferrari 288 GTO with an insane run, pulling in second, which is very impressive. Third place, we have the Datsun 510 Wagon, which was leading at the beginning of the November reruns as well. And then in fourth, we got the Ferrari 458 Italia, again, one of the front runners from the last season. Then we got 2 new guys, the BMW M3 and the Nissan 2000. Both of these cars super fast, going to be contending for a championship, I can see in the future for sure. And then we have a cluster here at the very back with the Volkswagen ID Buzz, the Porsche Carrera, Mario, and the Lancia. The Lancia is now 10th. Going into the December matchups, I will probably be doing a rerun for all of these cars going into December as well, even though there might not be a lot of big track adjustments, but still a ton of new contenders. And I mean, like, we got some cars eliminated too. I mean, rest in peace, the yellow cars. 4 out of the 5 cars eliminated were all yellow. That leaves 0 yellow in any of these top 10 contenders now, which is pretty sad. I like the vibrant yellow cars in the top 10, but then we also have that Ford in silver that was eliminated. The Koenigsegg, the first king and the first leader, has officially been dethroned and is out of championship contention. This car will most likely race again, but we'll just have to wait and see when the Distance Championship continues. So stay tuned for December. December is going to be a really good month full of some really fast matchups. I mean, like, in these matchups, all of them are really fast. Literally 5 of the 10 matchups this month resulted in a car placing in the top 10, which is absolutely crazy. Very cool stuff, but that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching this November content. I'll see you guys next month.